Thanks for tuning back in to the channel. It's not a response, it's a Rob-sponse. So right here, still at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And tonight I'm catching a flight, so 11:55 p.m. local time, so almost midnight local time in Ethiopia. I board a flight to Bangkok, Thailand. So supposedly I think it's like 8 or 9 hours, something like that. So I'm praying that they got movies on the flight or entertainment or something, because when I flew from Johannesburg to Addis Ababa, there were no TVs on that flight. That was like a 6 hour flight. So a lot of sleeping, a lot of chilling. Yeah, no TVs on that flight. So please, 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 Addis Ababa, can we have some TVs and movies, or at least Wi-Fi and a phone charger on this flight? But nonetheless, I'm here to talk about the title of the video, which is, again, I'm like, dude, so when you go to gas stations outside the United States, or you go to convenience stores or little markets, the biggest thing you notice is, and again, I've probably lost like 10 pounds since I left the cruise that I started April 19th. The cruise ended May 2nd. So I got to Barcelona from Miami by a cruise ship on May 2nd. So since May 2nd, I've probably lost about 10 pounds. Like I said, now it's June 5th, I think it is. So it's been a little over a month since I've been, off the cruise ship. So I've probably lost about 10 pounds. And the big reason for that is when I go into these grocery stores, these markets, they don't have the traditional American honey buns. They don't have the Twinkies. They don't have a lot of these little snack items with a bunch of sugar. The best you'll see are like M&Ms. Depending where you are, you might see like a frozen cooler with ice cream sandwiches, maybe some Ben and Jerry's. If you get lucky, certain markets and stuff might have donuts. So in Poland, Warsaw, Poland, there were donuts. I don't think Vilnius, Lithuania had any donuts. I think the best they had was like a little bag of like fake knockoff Oreo cookies or chocolate chip cookies. And yeah, I don't believe that London, Brussels, Amsterdam, or Andorra de la Ville, which is a city in Andorra, or Barcelona, I don't believe any of those stores or supermarkets had things like honey buns or Twinkies. And again, brownies are few and far between. I'm trying to think where I had a brownie. I might not have had a brownie in Europe at all. The first brownie I had might have been like Johannesburg, South Africa, or Cape Town. Yeah, that's how hard it is to find a brownie. You can find cookies. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of like packaged chocolate chip cookies. So, like I said, for that alone, it's helped me lose so much weight, because when I was taking a bus from Detroit to Miami to get on the cruise ship, like a Greyhound bus will stop at a gas station or stop at different places to get food. And of course, you can get your honey buns, your ho-hos, your little, your Miss Debbie's, whatever type of, sweet thing you want. But in Europe, the honey buns, the ho-hos, the Twinkies are out. So again, they're trying to keep their citizens alive. Again, when you go to different eateries, a lot of times you don't really see the same options in terms of what you see in the States. A lot of places are like salads. A lot of places are maybe like poke bowls, things like that. But again, I will say most places, the only place I really didn't see any burger joints for real was like Warsaw, Poland. Pretty much everywhere else, you can get you a cheeseburger or a smash burger. So I'll give you that. So pretty much everywhere I've been in Europe, everywhere I've been in Africa, you can get you a cheeseburger or a smash burger. So you can find a burger. The only place I didn't really see burgers was Warsaw, Poland. I had a smash burger in Vilnius, Lithuania. I had a burger in London. I had a burger in Spain. I had a burger in France. That's what I'm trying to cut down on. Like, since I've been to Africa, I've only had a burger once or twice. I'm trying to really get away from beef. But yeah, I pretty much had a burger in most cities in Europe because I'm picky. So I knew at least the cheeseburger can't go wrong with that. All right, so we talked about the sweets. Number 2, you cannot get a traditional American breakfast overseas once you leave America. Not happening. A lot of places don't even have waffles and pancakes. That's crazy, right? So in Europe, I didn't really see any waffles or pancakes in Barcelona. Didn't really see them in France. In London, I just saw the waffles. And again, people like to put chocolate strawberries on their waffles. Again, they do that Waffle House and stuff in the States too. When I got to Belgium, I actually started seeing for real like waffles and toppings and crepes. So really, I didn't see any waffles or pancakes until I got to London, England, and Brussels, Belgium. I might have seen some in Amsterdam as well, as far as like pancakes and waffles. But again, you can't get eggs with it. You can't get sausage with it. It's not your IHOP. It's not your Waffle House. It's not your Denny's. The best you are seeing is getting a standalone waffle or standalone pancake. That's the best you're getting. You're not getting a combination. So the first place I saw a combination was not in Europe. It was in here, Addis, Ethiopia. Because even when I went down to Cape Town, South Africa, you could buy eggs by themselves. You could buy pancakes or waffles by themselves, but you couldn't buy them together as a combination. And then same thing in Windhoek, Namibia. You can get the pancakes by itself, but you couldn't get eggs, sausage, and a pancake. I think at a Wimpy or something, maybe they offer like ham and like a pancake, maybe in Windhoek, Namibia. I can't quite remember at the Wernhill Mall. But again, nowhere have I seen sausage, eggs, pancakes, waffles, a traditional IHOP setup. Now, I'm about to go to a spot when I leave and check out of the hotel here in Addis Ababa that will let you get a sausage and egg. I think like a biscuit they have it, and then they have like another item like a waffle. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try to do is just get the sausage and the egg, and then combine it with the waffles. So 2 different things, like kind of make my own makeshift breakfast. But yeah, man, your Denny's, your IHOP option, not offered all together. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in Thailand, China, Japan, and Australia. If you can actually get the American setup in one of those countries. I doubt it. Probably not going to happen. Maybe it'll be in Bangkok, Thailand, just because you got so many black people there. But again, man, but it's like, dang, dude. Because I made a video earlier where I said one of the things I miss from America is my IHOP, my Denny's, my Waffle House setup. And yeah, man, you're not getting honey buns here. You're not getting an IHOP setup. So, and really, you're not getting soul food either. You're not getting black eyed peas, macaroni and cheese. There's a bunch of KFCs, there's a bunch of chicken spots throughout Europe and Africa, but you are getting your, American soul food fix and size. Now, again, supposedly in Thailand, in Bangkok, there's a restaurant called Culture in Pattaya and in Bangkok that is kind of like has some American soul food type of feel, but we'll see. All right, well, anyway, so Response is Rob-sponse. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Godspeed, safe travels.